But I'm mostly an advocate for positivity and change, not just in this community, but everywhere. You know what I mean? I want to make a difference, mostly for our young people. But when I find that I'm helping young people, I'm also helping families, you know, and just anybody that I can help. That's just, I feel like that's, you know, just what I need to do.
And I don't know, that's a really hard question. I mean, because anytime you try to define yourself, you're using like labels, but you're more than that label. But yeah, I guess I would say like I'm a human. I'm a mother. I'm an active community member. I'm a lover. I'm a fighter. I'm a lot of different things. Yeah, I'm a Black woman.
First of all, I am, I guess, a Flint native. And I'm just a willing vessel, the builder. And I think that's in any and everything that I do. So whether that's family and friends, relationships, business, community, if I had to pick one word, it would be builder. That's who I am through and through.
I think a lot of people know me most for like my community work and all of that, but I'm really like a goof troop. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. I'm a mother, so I enjoy having time with my daughter, and I'm just a regular girl that just likes to kick it and have a good time.
You mentioned the word change.
Yes.
Tell me more about the kinds of changes that you're involved in. What kinds of changes?
Well, I'm a huge anti-bullying advocate. That's the first and foremost. Like, I wake up in the morning just thinking about it. We need to change the way we treat one another. We need to change the way we see one another. You know what I mean? I feel like we are very judgmental people. And I mean everybody, you know.
Currently, I'm with an organization. It's a statewide organization called MOASH. And MOASH is the Michigan Organization on Adolescent Sexual Health. And my work is around working with youth who are living with HIV, doing work with schools around starting GSAs, which are gay straight alliances or gender and sexuality alliances. So kind of working around like public health and working with youth and making sure schools are creating safe and affirming environments for all of their students, regardless of their gender or their orientation.
I started as an entrepreneur when I was about 6 or 7 years old. So I literally used to take my mom's old fabric. She's a seamstress. So I used to take her old fabric and make purses and sell them to people. And then from there, I did hair in middle school and high school just as a hobby. But it ended up being something that generated revenue for me. You know, when you live long enough, you see that the dots have been connecting the whole time. So for me, entrepreneurship was something that was in my DNA.
I'm a social worker by career, and then my father is actually the president of the organization, and I'm the program coordinator, but he kind of gives me free rein with my ideas. My heart is definitely with those who are at a disadvantage, whatever that disadvantage is. I like to fight for the underdog, and I don't mind going to the table to fight for them, because so many people, as they climb the ladder, they forget that they're standing on the shoulders of someone else, and then they try to push others down. And I'm there to remind them I'm going to pull those up. And if that means pulling them beyond you because you tried to hold them back, then so be it.
Absolutely, by any means.
By any means necessary. You will not hold them back. You will not hold them down.
My first motivation was my mother. I definitely think growing up, I watched my mother be an activist and a feminist, even though she might not have necessarily used those terms to describe herself. She just kind of had that attitude as like if something needed to be done in the community, something needed to be done in the house, whatever, she was going to do it. And so I think she was my first model for kind of thinking collectively and thinking like outside of myself, because she was always just the kind of person who was like looking out for everybody.
3.2 million kids a year in the nation are bullied. That's 1 in every 4 in a class. And I found out 164,000 were skipping schools because they were scared to go. I mean, it was crazy. The research, I said, okay, well, you have got to do something. You cannot just sit on this information and not share it with people. And you cannot, as a mom, not do something, for your child.
When I first named the business, people were like, why would you name a business I'm building something consulting? And that is just what I felt in my heart. I felt like that was the goal, that was the moral. And I also liked that it was catchy. People were like, what's that? And so it started in 2016. I actually left my full-time job to pursue this work, and my background was in retail management. And so I've spent 15, 16 years managing other companies, and I've always had an affinity for small business owners, but I also saw a huge disconnect in what I was trained in and what I saw day to day for big box companies versus what I saw in my community.
I have the Blessed to Be a Blessing Thanksgiving dinner so that the next year they can come back and volunteer with us. So we connect them with organizations, we do all type of giveaways, and we just have a good time, because you don't have to look down on someone because their circumstances are not what yours are, because with the cycle of life, it can be you. So you actually don't want to try to pull someone else down. Flint is everything to me, and I've had people say different things to me. I've looked at your resume, I've saw the letters behind your name. Why don't you go anywhere else? Because my passion isn't there. So it's just a job, it's just a check if I were to go somewhere else.
So being able to share our story from little old Flint, Michigan, and how we're rebuilding our community through entrepreneurship, it wasn't about me, it was about being able to show like how resilient, like you said, how resilient our city is, and more importantly, how amazing our entrepreneurs are.
Being a Black woman affects everything. And I say specifically Black women because Black women are impacted by both like gender and race. Even when I think back on my life, like so many of my opportunities have been shaped by Black women.
Believe in yourself and your vision. You have got to, every single day, tell yourself that this is my purpose. And if your purpose is your passion, you're good. You're good, because when you're passionate about something, nothing and nobody should ever be able to deter you from that.